Hello and welcome to another episode of the Obstacle Race Magazine podcast. We are now on episode 14. I've got Kevin joining me again for this episode. Hello, Kevin.
Good evening. How are you?
Yeah, good. Thank you very much. Yourself?
Yeah, I've been busy this weekend stocking up on toilet roll and bleach. So been a busy weekend.
Yeah, I've got 2 backpacks full of hand sanitizer and kitchen roll as well because they'd run out of toilet roll, so I'm going to have to use kitchen roll instead and wet wipes. But anyway, so on to the news. Nuts Challenge this weekend, which is, I suppose, sort of the second event really to take place in the UK this year in terms of like World Championship qualifying and all that sort of stuff. The one that people take a little bit more seriously. I think it was last year, they had a real hard time for their winter one, didn't they? Because Beast from the East or whatever it were hit, didn't it, that same weekend?
Yeah.
So they had to cancel it because a lot had to cancel, or whatever it was. Logistics had to get cancelled because people just couldn't get there. But yeah, so it was good to see that they had some okay weather. Obviously, temperature's never going to be great. Water levels, looking from the videos and stuff I've seen shared so far, water levels were stupidly high. This week and marks their 10th anniversary as well, 10 years that it's been going for. So that's quite cool. And it obviously nice for it to not be as cold as what it has been. It's been good. So I think have you got results, Kevin?
Yeah, I mean, I think they're provisional still, but I've got the results for male and females. I'll just read out the first and second from each. So the 4 laps male, Scott Barker came first. Looks like he absolutely smashed it. Yeah, did very well on the Spartan scene last year. Picked up loads of trophies, and it looks like he's absolutely bossed the Nuts course on the 4 laps.
Yeah, 4 hours 19, I think it took him.
Yeah, and then Duarte Alves was second. For the 3 laps, there was Alex Young in first and Richard Jarvis in second. 2 laps was John Howard first and Rich Enderby in second. And then the 1 lap was Mark Dixon first and then Dave Peters in second.
Awesome, good to see Dave back.
Yeah, and then for the women, 4 laps first was Louise Markham, second Caitlin Worley, 3 laps Yasmin McGahan, and second ORM supporter Yvonne Lee. Great to see her up there in second place. 2 laps Louise Pisani in first and Heather Ratcliffe in second. And then the 1 lap was Eleanor Rutter in first and Natalie Penfold in second.
Awesome. Lots of familiar names in there as well, actually, as well as some that I've never come across before, which is good to see. There's the, I can't remember what it's called. I think is it Relentless? That's the extra laps. So there are results for that as well, but then we'd have to start including age group and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, it gets a bit crazy. And these are only, like you say, provisional at the moment. But no, it's good. Good to get the season finally underway properly. What else have we had? So Spartan Mallorca, quite a few of the community and what have you been over to Spartan Mallorca this weekend. It's been a huge hit in the past. People have absolutely raved about it. So obviously you get a little bit of winter sun for not very, very much money. 'Cause obviously plane tickets and what have you are quite cheap at this time of year. And I don't think, in terms of the race itself, it was still a huge hit. But it looks like logistics and other bits and bobs have been hit quite hard in terms of for the second day, they had no T-shirts, no medals there, which was put down to like coronavirus, logistics issues and what have you for things. I'm assuming shipping coming over from China and what have you. So there weren't any shirts or medals for anyone. And also they had in past they've had packet pickups the day before, like on the Friday, for people to go and be able to collect the race packs.
Yeah, I saw some hideous queues there on Saturday because the numbers looked massive and the queues were just snaking on forever.
I can't understand why they would have scrapped it, why they would have scrapped something that was working for people to be able to pick up on a Friday and end up causing that massive kerfuffle.
Probably seemed like a good idea at the time.
Maybe.
We'll save a bit of work. We haven't got to do so much on the Friday. We'll take the hit on Saturday, but yeah, it looked a bit nasty.
Big hit. At least it's nice and sunny though to be stood out in. You don't mind so much when you've got sunshine rather than it being freezing cold. If it were over here, you'd probably have people at St John's before they'd even manage to actually pick the packet up. But anyway, so yeah, what else have we got? That's it really for news this weekend, unless you've got anything, Kevin.
No, I think I'm stumped.
Yeah,
season really, but there's still not a lot going on at the moment.
It's definitely been quiet now that the Tough Mudder and Spartan sort of bits and bobs have settled down. It's gone a little bit quiet, but obviously it's going to start to speed up a little bit now, because over the next sort of 4 weeks, that's when a lot more races start dropping into the calendar. More choices. We've got this. DB Max are putting on Battle of Lansdowne because they bought out the Battle of Lansdowne, didn't they? So that's coming up very soon. And there's also one called Extreme Warrior, which is being put on by a hospice charity, and that's coming up in the next couple of weeks as well. So that's 2 that would be well worth you investing your money into. So this week, listener mail wise,
you've got mail.
There's been nothing sent in this week. I've not really chased it, to be fair. So I guess it's my own fault, but there's been no exciting questions sent in. So I'll just use this opportunity to let you know that now you have the option to be able to send in digital mail as well, which we can include on the show. So if you want to do your own little voice recording and send it over to us, you can email it over or PM it over to me on Facebook, and we'll be able to add that into the show so it's a little bit more personal to yourselves. You can use, obviously, the normal channels and what have you. So you can send it in by email to carl@obstacleracemagazine.com. And yeah, all usual, snail mail if you really want to. My address is at the front of the magazine if you really want to send a letter in. So yeah, listener mail, a little bit quiet this week. So I think that's it. We might even get down to 10 minutes this week, Kevin. It's been that quiet.
Also, the only other thing I saw was that somebody posted up today that JD Sports, one of the outlet stores in Clacton, but they're assuming it's across all the outlet stores, they've got the mud claws on a special deal. So they're reduced from 115 to 60 quid, but saying that there is also an extra 25% off that too. So 45 quid for a pair of mud claws if you can find them in the JD Sports outlet stores. Bargains.
Yeah, that's not too bad. Which ones were they? Did you notice?
Mudclaw 300, so they're black and green.
Ah, yeah. That's quite cool. That's not a bad deal. And mudclaws are good as well, especially if you've got like a wider foot and you like to run a bit flatter. They're perfect shoes for you. Right, so if that's all you've got, Kevin.
That's all I've got.
Awesome. Right, so thank you very much for listening in to this episode. Don't forget, sign up to Mud 7 so we can see you on August 8th, and that's mud7.com. Don't forget to subscribe to the magazine because the first issue is coming up. Really, it's almost completed now, so that'll be out very soon. So don't miss out on getting that first magazine of the year. Make sure you get signed up to one of the subscriptions. By the time you hear this, the subscriptions will have changed. So you'll have been too late for the deals that we had before, but there will still be ongoing deals to take care of the rest of the remaining tickets that we've got left. And yeah, don't forget to click subscribe on the podcast on whatever directory that you're listening through, because it really does help. Like, we've got our best ever chart innings this week on the iTunes charts. We managed to get up to number 14 in Great Britain. So in terms of, I think it was health and fitness charts. So yeah, getting up to number 14 is absolutely amazing. Being in the same chart as such podcasts as London Real and stuff like that. It's amazing. So thank you very much for your support. Don't forget, if you are enjoying the podcast, leave us a review. It really does help. It helps us get up those charts. And don't forget to let a friend know about it as well. If you've got a friend who's like really getting passionate about OCR, I'm sure you'll agree they'll enjoy the episodes of this podcast.
Yeah,
Kevin,
we've got some cracking interviews coming up as well, haven't we?
Yeah, we have.
Won't divulge who they're with yet, but yeah, we've got some cracking ones coming up.
Some really good ones. We're quite excited about those, actually. That will give you a real insight into the behind the scenes workings of different racers and what have you. So yeah, awesome stuff. Right, Kevin, thank you very much for joining me.
No problem at all.
And we'll speak again later on in the week.
See you
Cheers,
soon.
mate. Thanks a lot. Bye.